Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this very special presentation that I'm hosting for you. My name is Paula Middleton. I'm from Manchester in the UK, and I am going to be sharing with you how myself and my family have actually saved over £6,000 in 2020 on travel, luxury travel. Now, you will know that 2020 was the beginning of a global pandemic, and you will know that this was a year when, at some point, most of the world shut down. However, I spent 5 weeks of that year traveling the length and breadth of the UK with my children. I'm a mum of four, and we had an absolute amazing time staying at some beautiful, exclusive resorts. And I'm going to just walk you through exactly what it is that we did. So it's all through our travel club membership. And this presentation is on behalf of our community, the Dragonfly Voyagers. If you want to know more about our community, please let us know. Anyone that's sharing this with you, just ask them about it. We've got lots of different ways of communicating information. We've got groups, we've got pages, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, we've got all sorts of stuff. So do get in touch and do connect with us, because you'll get lots of updates and lots of exciting things happening. So in Christmas 2019, it was around Christmas time, just before the big event of Christmas, I was able to book my first dream vacation, so my first getaway, through my travel club membership. So for those of you that aren't aware of what our travel club membership does, also ask us, because we've got another video that can cover that. But what you will know is that with our subscription service for travel, it's like having a park Christmas catalogue. So you make payments every month to park, and it covers all the financial burden of the following Christmas. This is just like that, but it's for travel, and it's for travel at any time. It doesn't have to be just Christmas or um, certain times, or summer, certain times of the year. It's for any time. So what happens when you pay for the subscription service? The company actually doubled your money and then returns it to you in the form of travel points or travel books. And you can then use those points to get the kind of prices I'm going to be going through with you on this presentation. So it was Christmas 2019. I thought, I need to get away. We need to look at maybe February half term. Let's see if we can actually get the four kids and I away, and see how much it's going to cost. Now, I don't know about you, but I have never been in a financial position where I could book a holiday at Christmas time. Christmas is always an expensive time of year, I believe, and it's it's not always going to be possible to book a holiday. I was able to do that. So first and foremost, that's something that I've never done. One adult, four children, February half term, we went down to Norfolk. Um, Let me see, there's a video there. That's one of the apartments that we stayed in, and it's just some of the scenery there. The retail price for this place, £824 for a week. So it's seven nights, 8 days for a week, four kids, one adult. You can see there's travel dollars, which are the travel books or your points. They've been applied. The price for a week here was £5.29. Add on to that taxes and fees, which you've got to pay anywhere that you book, you have to pay taxes and fees. £8.18 for the whole week. And it was beautiful. I had one of our business partners actually lives not too far away, and she came to visit, and she absolutely loved it. If I'm right as well, I think she booked to go and stay there as well at some point. So yes, it was just amazing. The kids had a ball. I saved £816 on this trip for our travel club. Now, if you're going to look online, you will not get these prices online. You won't get them from any travel agent. Then the world shut down for a bit, and we weren't really able to go anywhere. We were in lockdown. We were told that there were travel restrictions and all sorts. Now, I don't know about anyone else that's listening, but I found it I found it quite tough with the restrictions because I'm one of those people that with having the kids and stuff, we're always on the go, we're always out and about, we're always going places, and we've always got something to do, so we found it quite tough. And then they introduced homeschooling. Uh, I am no teacher, and I've since spoken to other friends, and they sort of said those that homeschool anyway, they said lockdown homeschooling is nothing like actual homeschooling. But we were all in the same boat. We had to do what we could, and I found that we would be squabbling as a family. So my children, I've got two teenagers, and then there's like a 7-year gap, and I've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So the little ones, it was okay to kind of get them, although they didn't engage fully in what they were meant to be doing, there were these little things that you can kind of um, put in front of them and they're quite happy to do. Whereas the older ones really found it tough. They missed the friends. They wanted to, my eldest especially, he wanted to go back to school, and I found it was sometimes a bit of a battle to get them onto the live calls with the teachers, or even have a catch up as to where they're at and how they're feeling about everything. And so we were squabbling a little bit, and it wasn't a good feeling, it wasn't a good vibe in the house. So the restrictions were actually lifted on the 4th of July. And just a couple of weeks before then, I thought, we need to go. We need to, just for our own emotional health, for our bonding, our family sort of bond were kind of breaking down, and it was tough. So we booked a trip to Carnforth, which is just outside the Lake District. 2 adults, 4 children, 7 nights, 8 days in one of those cabins that you can see there on the video. A wooden lodge on the lake. Oh, it was absolutely incredible. You can see there at the bottom, we paid £173 for a week here. It was beautiful. Now, it says there the retail price is around £636. Now, before we actually went, I had a look at the prices that were being booked at this time, and that retail price is much lower than what you would have paid if you'd have booked this at the same time as me online. Because see there, I paid £173. That's not quite right, the retail price. The retail price for this week in the very same lodge that we stayed would have cost you £1,750. With our travel club membership, it cost £173. You can see the difference. And not only did this trip help us bond again as a family, gave us a bit of space. I mean, you can see that it was stunning, it was beautiful. We also did it safely, because what happened here as well, it was everything was it was a remote booking. So you'd get a text message to tell you where your keys are in one of the lock boxes. I don't know if you've ever seen the lock boxes that you can put keys in. They would give you the code, so you're never actually getting in touch with, like, physically close to anyone when you're booking in and when you're leaving. So they do it very safely, and they've got it all figured out. If you're ever worried about traveling sort of post pandemic, please don't be, because the hospitality industry has got it all figured out, and they're making sure that you're safe. So on this trip, I want you to remember this figure, £1,500. Please remember that. Write it down if you want. Keep it in your head. 1,576 to be exact. But if we round it down to £1,500 I saved on this trip. So we didn't want to stop there. So that's 2 weeks in 2020 that we had, but we didn't want to stop there. I've never been down to Cornwall, and I happened to see a trip to Cornwall to the Clowns Estate on our membership, and I thought, oh wow, I need to go and see this. It's been on my bucket list to go down to Cornwall. I've heard so much about it, just never been. And you can see there, this was August. You can see a picture. We went on a trip whilst we were in Cornwall, where we walked through the woods and it was like a live theatre thing. It was amazing. But I took that picture of the Department of Hope because it's so relevant to how we were feeling at that time, because that's what was happening for us. We were feeling hope and we were feeling positive. And in fact, that middle picture is the view from the master bedroom balcony. That's the view we woke up to every single morning staying at this place. It was absolutely incredible. And this time my sister came with us. So there was 3 adults, 4 children in a 3-bed, 2-story apartment on a historic and sought after country estate. Now, when I'm talking about country estate, let me see if this, it's on ancient grounds. The actual estate itself is absolutely, the house is beautiful, and there's you know, like one of those chessboards on the ground. And I did a short video that I entered into a competition, which is should come up in a second. It's just asking you what kind of discount do you think that we got, and it also walked you through the place that we stayed. Um, yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful grounds, and there was just everything that we needed was just there. And we'd go for walks in the evening and walk by the lake, and then just on the grounds as well, there was like an ancient woodland that you could go and have a walk round, and it's a very special place. So the place that we stayed actually sleeps 8, but there was only 7 of us there. Excuse me. And you can have a look there, just looking through that cupboard there is actually a pull-out bed. So we've got the 3 bedrooms upstairs, and then there's a double pull-out bed just there, and there's the balcony um, from our living room. Beautiful views. I just used to sit out there in an evening and just take it all in and truly relax as well. So you can see their retail price is crossed out because the actual retail price we have on our site is not accurate, because again, I priced this up before we went. At the time I booked it and paid £165, and it's coming up. Oh, the actual price you're going to pay for this is 3,500. 3,000 £3,500 for a week, and we paid 165. Do you see how absolutely incredible this membership can be? I mean, just think about places you want to go. If you want to go UK, that's fine. If you want to go abroad, that's fine too. We are all over the world. And you can see there the estate, that's the country house. We went and had drinks on the lawn. We'd get a text message to say, come and have drinks on the lawn if you want to. Let's, you know, done very, very safely. It was very luxurious. And we saved 94% on this. I actually think it's probably more than that, because that's, yeah, anyway, but 3,500, and you can see in that picture, that's what the apartment looked like. We had 2 top floors. Um, but the kids had an absolute ball, and one of the reasons I do this is to see my kids happy and having fun. So yeah, it was absolutely worth it, and we're actually considering going again sometime very soon. So on that one, we saved over £3,000. Yeah, I think you can see a theme here. And so then we get to October, and kids kids school, they're off school, and we wanted to go somewhere else, and we did. We went to Scotland. This was the first week in Scotland. We stayed at the Scandinavian Village in Aviemore. We paid £88 for a week. 2 adults, 4 kids, and a dog. Now, a funny story about this place, it was beautiful. That's the view from just outside of our apartment where we were staying. But a funny story, we took the dog to this one, and this is the beauty of what we've got. There are places that are pet friendly, and you can take your dog with you, which is reassuring to a lot of my friends, because we're all sort of animal lovers, and I know a lot of people that like to take their dogs away with them. So we took our dog to this one, and it's funny because I got an email before we went to say this it's going to cost you £75 for your dog. So I looked at that total. You can see their total paid £88. So you're telling me that 6 humans is going to cost just like £10 more than the dog? I mean, yeah, she's got 4 legs, but come on. So anyway, I got in touch with the resort and I actually said, look, I'm querying this because this doesn't sound quite right. We've got our membership. And they actually said, oh, I'm so very sorry, Mrs. Middleton. That's actually, you don't have to pay any of that. You don't have to pay the £75 for your dog. That is complimentary when you've got your membership. But I thought it was quite funny that it would cost £75 for the dog and £88 for 6 humans. It's quite amusing. So on this one, we saved £453, not to be sniffed at. But then, whilst we were there, we were having such a good time. I absolutely love Scotland. My dad lives in Scotland, and we do try and get up there as often as we can. And obviously, now we've got our membership, we're going to, well, we do go more often than we ever have done before. But whilst we were there having our first week in Scotland, we thought, let's see, let's just add another week on. Let's just stay a bit longer. We've got nothing to get back home for with everything that's going crazy at home. And we were able to do this in line with the law. Everything was absolutely shipshape. So we booked the second week. So bearing in mind, we're in one holiday home, as my 3-year-old likes to say. We're in one holiday home, get online, book another week. We literally moved 20 minutes down the road and went and stayed in this lodge in the woods. You can see there in the middle picture. It was absolutely incredible. It was over, excuse me, it was sort of Halloween time. So going into the first week of November, you can see my 3-year-old was a pumpkin there. But spending Halloween in the woods in winter time, it was just magical. And if anyone knows Scotland or knows Aviemore, it's the Cairngorm mountain range. It's absolutely beautiful. The scenery is outstanding, and we had an absolute ball just exploring. We went to the locks, we went to the coast as well. We went to see the sea. It was just magical. So you can see their retail price is showing at £622. We actually paid £169, and that's going to give us a total of £452 saving. All adds up. So let's summarize. Now, in the red there, you can see what the recommended retail prices are for all of the places that we've stayed. In the blue, that's the actual amount that we've paid. And I wanted to put it in this sort of visual just so that you can appreciate how big those prices, the massive amounts of savings that we've had. And this is the first year we've used it for our dream vacations, purely because of other things that were happening the year before, because I have been in the company just over 2 years now. But look at I mean, it tells you everything. I don't need to say anymore. Just have a look at that representation. The the price ranges. I mean, Cornwall is obvious, that one in the middle, but the others as well, they're massively different. And you could be getting this as well. So I know what you're going to say next. And what you're going to say next is, yes, but it's a subscription service. So I've got to pay a subscription. I'll be tied into a contract. And what if something happens financially and we can't do it anymore? What's going to happen? And X, Y, Z. So I asked you to remember a figure earlier. Can you recall that figure and what it was? £1,500. Okay, keep that at the front of your mind for the moment, please. But I've shown you there the total savings that we made in 2020 for dream vacations only, and that's only part of our membership. I'll talk about that in a moment. Total saving is £6,269.61. Okay. Now the level of membership that I have is Platinum. It's the top membership that you can possibly get. It gives you, it's all singing, all dancing, gives you everything that you can possibly need from our club. It gives you access to everything. Now, annually, a Platinum membership costs you £1,200. So in 1 week of a holiday, remember that figure I asked you to think about, £1,500. 1 week's holiday, I made enough savings to pay for an annual membership, Platinum, more than. Still saving 5,000, over 5 grand, Platinum membership. And you don't pay that £1,200, you don't pay that annually, you pay it on a monthly subscription. There is no contract. There is no financial loss whatsoever. If there are any trips that I've booked at Christmas, we were meant Christmas 2020, we booked again to go to Scotland because I love the place on Christmas week. Unfortunately, we went into another lockdown nationwide and we couldn't go. Within 12 hours, I got my money back that I'd paid. Remember on the slides, it shows you what you pay, but it also shows you points. Got those points put straight back into my balance for my travel booked as well, within 12 hours. So not only is this secure, it's a secure way of making sure that you can get to the trip, you can get the trips you want, first of all, but you can actually, if anything was to go wrong, you're covered. In our other presentation, I actually go through the global regulations that we have that relate to our membership. They're not UK based, they're actual global recognition of what we have regulatory wise. And we've been around 9 years. We've just got we've got such a strong reputation, and we're changing the face of travel. We're changing the face of travel. There's so many people right now that just need that emotional stability to go somewhere different. They want to go and see places. They want to have some fun, and they need some space. And the travel boom is happening. It's happening. We've had record sales for this membership throughout the whole of the pandemic, and it's because of the value that it offers. There's nothing more than that I can say about that. But if any of this has made you think, you know, this could be a lifeline for me, because it has been for me, without a doubt, then do get in touch with whoever's sharing this video with you. Get in touch with me directly if you want to, Paula Middleton. I can refer you back to whoever's chatting with you. And go and check out our group on Facebook. It's called Secure and Affordable Independent World Travel throughout 2021 and beyond. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but we've made it that way so that anyone looking for keywords around affordable travel, and not just right now, in the next 2 your points can be used anytime over 2 years. So you can imagine you're constantly topping up those points. It's constantly being replenished every time you use them. So if there are any questions that this video brings up, please ask us, jump in our group as soon as you can, because a lot of those questions are answered and we're in there regularly having chats, just explaining where we're at with the club, and where things are with travel as well, because I think there's so much going on in the world right now. It's not always easy to figure out where we can go, when we can go to those places, and what's happening with flights and all sorts of different things. So do go and check out the group. And it's been so lovely to share this with you. It's changed our lives. The trip to Pine Lake that you saw where we were on the speedboat, my teenage son, my eldest, actually came back from that holiday and said that was the best holiday I've ever had. So you can understand the impact that this is having on all of us as a family, and it positively impacts everything that we're doing, because now we're looking forward to our next trip, you know. So thank you for watching. I will see you very soon. Bye.